Welcome to our Storytime Wednesday. If you guys could tell, we're in our car, in our van. The kids are all at home, and we're getting something to eat. So we decided to do it here in the car because we're waiting for our food, anyways.
And it's nice and quiet, and they will not be walking in. And
They will not be screaming walking in the door because they always like walking in. So we left off when we found out that I was pregnant. So what happened was I told him that I was late, and we talked about it, and I told him, why don't we take a pregnancy test to make sure and stuff. So he went and got a pregnancy test.
Pero how much? How long we waited?
I think a couple days.
A couple days.
Yeah, after I told you, a couple days, because I was already a month late.
We were a month late.
So I don't know if other moms do this, but
I
they know when their
think it
kids
was
are
like
gonna.
2 months.
No, I wasn't 2 months pregnant.
No,
I was only a
are you
month.
sure?
I was like a month and a couple weeks, like a week or two.
So it was gonna be the second one, the second month you were.
Yeah, it was already gonna be on the. I was already like maybe 4 or 5 weeks when we 100% found out that I was pregnant. Okay, and go back. I don't know if any of you moms know that you know when your daughter gets their period. So my mom just had this thing that she knew when I got my period. So she was getting suspicious, like why you haven't got yours and why and stuff like that. So I was nervous because I didn't know what excuse to give her. So I was like, oh, sometimes from stress you miss your period, and that's true. From stress you can miss your period sometimes. And I just try to make up anything so it wouldn't be so obvious. So, and it's not good to lie to your parents, but in my situation, I was scared, and I lied to my mom. So I told him to get a pregnancy test, and he bring one to me, um, because I was scared to go buy one at the store. So he went and got one. Was it you nervous to go buy one?
A little bit.
You
No.
know, you know what? Like people are gonna be like, why is he buying pregnancy test? But see, he looked older for his age. He looked way older, so I don't even think they would
I
even
was
know that.
somewhere older. Looked like
He
you
looked
know, a
older.
couple older. So
I mean, he
was
looked still like a teen, but he had a lot of facial hair and everything like that. So yeah. And then he brought me the pregnancy test. My brother was home that day. I wasn't alone. My parents, everybody was working. My brother was home, so I snuck like, let's be quiet. He passed me the pregnancy test. I went into the washroom. He waited outside the door, and I went in the bathroom and I did all the things that I had to do to take the test. And I waited a couple minutes, but I stayed in the bathroom. I didn't come out. I wait until it showed up. It didn't even like it tells you to wait a certain amount of time. It just showed up so quickly on there. I just remember those two lines coming out and then me crying my eyes out. I started like crying in the bathroom, and then I wiped my tears and I opened the door and I told him pregnant. I told him the test. It came back that I was pregnant. I know I was hugging you. I hugged you and I was scared, and I think I cried too. Didn't I cry? I think my tears came out because I was already crying in the bathroom. And then we left walking because we didn't want to leave no trace that we took a pregnancy test. So we went and threw the pregnancy test away. We threw the pregnancy test away, and I asked him like, "What are we gonna do?" I mean, like, I'm only 14. How old are you? 16?
only 16.
16.
Almost
What are we
17.
gonna do?
No, like
We
17.
were kids ourselves, gonna have a kid. And I just remember him telling me, "Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you, and I'm gonna take care of the baby. Everything is gonna be okay." But we're 14, and I mean we're teenagers. Like, I was scared. I was even scared to tell my parents. Like, how do we tell our parents that we're gonna have a baby? That was the scariest thing ever. And it was we had to tell our parents. That was the thing that we had to tell our parents, and we were scared. I think we let another month pass after that. We let another month pass. But these things is gonna be showed. I'm gonna show. If we keep it a secret, no matter what, people are gonna notice. So I was scared of my parents because my parents would kick my butt So I was scared. Come on, I have a Puerto Rican family, so imagine how Puerto Ricans are. I was scared. I think he was less scared to tell his parents. I think he would have told his parents. Your parents would have just gave you advice about it, and that's about it. Because I think his parents would have took it better than mine. Um, so I came up with this crazy idea. Let's run away. Let's run away. I don't know where we were going, but let's run away, and like that. That's the way we could tell our parents, because if we're there at that moment, my parents were gonna go crazy on him and go crazy on me too. So we decided to run away, and
We ran away.
we ran away. I wrote a letter to my mom, and a lot of things happened that day. Um, because we could have got caught so easily that night when we ran away. If we waited, because he worked late. I think he worked until 12.
11.
He worked at his restaurant like 2 or 3 blocks away from my house. So he said, okay, after work, I'll go pick you up. So I had all my stuff ready. I made it seem like if I was going to school, I put everything in my book bag, whatever I was taking with me, and um, yeah, I put everything in my book bag to make it seem like it was school. I wrote a letter, and I left the letter on top of the table where I know my parents will see it in the morning. And he knocked on my window. I opened the window, and he's like, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then he's like, wait, 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 my car doesn't start. He's like, my
That's
car
funny.
doesn't start. I don't know. I mean, something was wrong with his car. So he's like, we're gonna have to do another day. So I'm like, okay, all right, we'll just do it another day. So I said goodbye. I closed the window, and I grabbed the letter. I put it away, and I was making so much noise throughout the house that no one heard me. My dog didn't even bark. My dog barks all the time they knock on the door, and this dog did not bark this time. Then he comes again. I heard somebody knock on my window. Right after I was gonna go back to bed, I heard another knock on the window. I opened the window. I was like, "What?" Because my window was like right next to a porch, so I mean, he could just go on the porch and then he could just talk to me. And I'm like, "What? What happened?" He's like, "My car started. My car started. Let's go." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm like grabbing all my stuff and putting the letter back, and then opening the door. I knew this way how to open my back door without it making noise, because my it had like a little squeak all the time that you. It had like this big latch on it. So I pushed the door in so I could slide the latch so I could get out of the house. And then we left. I left with no shoes on. I had socks on that night. I had my shoes in my book bag because I was getting ready for bed. So we were trying to leave as fast as possible. So we left, and we stayed talking in the car the whole entire night at this part. We he had got paid that night, but he had to change his check. So we're two kids not thinking about, what's the right thing to do. We just took off, and if we think about it now, we'd be like, okay, first you get paid, we get a hotel, and we'll stay at the hotel. No, we stayed in our car.
I ain't
um
got nowhere to stay.
we had nowhere to go, like, and stuff. So we stayed talking the whole entire night. We didn't sleep for a whole entire night. I mean, we were scared to tell our parents. So we're like, okay, it's the next day. I think we went to eat at like a McDonald's. We went to eat, and then we went to there was like payphones. I don't know if you guys remember payphones. Um, we went to payphone, and he called um your mom. You called your mom first,
Mm.
or did I call my aunt first? I don't remember. I have this favorite aunt that I could tell and talk to, and I called her, and she knew something was going on, because I wouldn't just call her out of the blue. We always had like scheduled times when we talked. And she was like, "Oh, what's wrong?" and stuff. I didn't have the guts to tell her. I couldn't. I felt like I was disappointing her if I told her. So I didn't tell her anything. But she did call my mom, and she asked my mom, and my mom told her what was going on. And then he called his mom. What did your mom say when you told her? Because I don't know how he wasn't scared. He told his mom. Well, she already knew. She already knew, because my mom had went to his house and was yelling at his parents. I don't know why she was yelling at his parents, because It really had nothing to do with his parents. It had
Because the
more,
mom likes to yell.
yeah. Puerto Ricans, they love to yell. So my mom started
They
yelling.
don't yell, they speak like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
What did your mom say?
I remember.
I think she just told you that to go home.
¿Tú qué hacía? Cantaba, cómo estábamos,
Yeah. Like how
que hablara con tu mamá, tu papá.
yeah, like where were we? If we were okay and all of that. We needed to talk to my parents. So, um,
I think that's it.
we yeah, that's it. After that, we talked to his mom. So we went to his house, and I didn't want to go in his house. I sat on the stairs in their porch, and his mom came out, and his mom was like, I think you told her that you were gonna go talk to my parents, that
Mm.
you didn't want nothing to happen, and you were gonna go talk to my parents. So I with his mom. I stayed with your mom. I stayed with his mom, and she was just talking to me like, how was I feeling? Was I okay? I just told her that I was scared of what was going on, and everything. And then I was scared for him because he went to go see my parents alone. He didn't take me with. So I, I was just, I had him in my mind like, oh my God, what if they get into a fight with him? What if he gets into a fight with my father, or with my uncles that didn't want him with me in the beginning? All this stuff. So he goes and you know this part 'cause I wasn't with you.
Talk to your mom and preguntó cómo estabas.
No, she asked me where was I.
¿Cómo estabas? How are you? ¿Cómo
Uh huh.
estabas? How are you?
Uh huh.
And
She must have said bad things to you. I know my mother. She didn't say no bad things to you. She just asked you where I was at
I think, pero like with Puerto Rican accent,
with
loud,
the
loud.
loud and a bad attitude and all this stuff. So he told my parents that I was at his house with his mom. So they all went.
Que por qué no fuiste tú and why you were not there?
Yeah.
And like she's scared. She
Yeah, then they all come back. He comes, I think you get there first. Then my parents get there. And how I guess my parents calmed down a little bit because um his parents were there. So they calmed down a little bit and they were like, "Okay, what you guys are going to do? You guys are going to have a baby. It's going to be really difficult." They were just explaining everything to us. So they wanted to make sure 100% that I was pregnant. So they wanted me to go to the doctor and find out from a doctor that I was pregnant. But I knew that I was pregnant. And then from there, I went to my house. We didn't sleep a whole entire night. So we went to my bedroom. I remember, that's all I remember, was going to my bedroom, laying on my bed, and passing out because I was so tired because we were up all night. And in the morning, I would open my eyes and I was like, "What are you doing here? You're supposed to go home." He was sleeping. We both fell asleep. My mom said that she had went in the room to try to talk to us, and when she went in the room, we were both passed out sleeping. So my mom said that she just let us sleep. She will talk to us the next day and stuff. But when my parents first found out about us being pregnant, my mom did not want me back home. She would literally gonna kick me out, like kick me out and stuff. But and they called the police. The police was looking for us. Thank God that they didn't find us because now we were both gonna get in trouble and it would have been worse. The police didn't find us, and they called the police back and told them that they had found us and they had settled everything with us. And then um, she told my like she wanted me to leave, like literally leave with him, don't know nothing about me. And then one of my uncles told her that it was that if she would not if she was gonna kick me out, that he was gonna take me in because he goes, she's still young, she needs to grow up and she's gonna have a baby, so she's gonna need help to take care of this baby. And I guess my mom thought about it really good and she just told us, okay, come back. And then
but if you think about it, like we were doing something bad,
yeah,
and like it's not like we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know that we were doing something bad.
and we got the consequence of doing something bad.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Mhm.
He's your kid. What you gonna do? He's been doing something bad, and now he gotta pay for the consequence. Which is the best way
Yeah.
he or she pays for the consequence?
Yeah.
To just go out there and live and do as they can, or you being there like you still not an adult. You
Yeah.
being there and pay for the consequence and make sure he does the right thing paying for the consequence.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was crazy. They let us stay and with them. He moved in to help me out. I mean, like he
Like
didn't have to move in.
we were gonna take care of the
Yeah.
baby that may help you
We
stay
were.
there and
Yeah, we were never gonna give up our baby. We 100% we wanted to keep the baby because it was the right thing to do, and it was our consequence, and we had to pay for it and stuff. So anybody hearing our story about this, we don't encourage anybody to run away or to go as teens and go and get pregnant. It's the hardest thing that you can do as a teenager. He had to go get, well, he was already working, but you have to go get a job and you have to work, and you have to, it's not you're gonna go
it's
and
not
get a
just
big
work.
job. You're gonna be working at a small job.
It's not just work, not just
Yeah,
you
it's
have to pay
hard.
your bills. It's
It's
like everything. It's
yeah.
everything that you have to let go to become something else.
Yeah, you cannot go
You
out
have to
with
let go
your
of your little friends. You have to let go of your Xbox. You have to let go of your Wii. You
hmm
have to let go of a lot of things. Some stuff you gotta hold on, like school, like
yeah.
educating yourself, so you don't.
We're not encourage
It's
anybody.
not
This is
impossible
our
to do.
story of what we've been through, and what we had a fight to build up, because we were two kids that needed to grow up so
And it's
quickly.
like I said, it's not impossible to do. It's not impossible to be a teen parent,
Yeah.
but it's not easy. It's a change of your whole life. You
hmm
change your whole life. You start being a kid. You start being.
Yeah, you're not
You gotta
14s
be
anymore. We're gonna leave it right here, our story, and how do we did it when the baby was here, because it was a struggle, and yeah.
You should have it
So
another time though.
yeah, we're going over our time of talking. So I hope you guys like our video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Next
Bye.
time around.
I will feel no fear.